Hey guys, I know I'm a little bit late posting the energy update. I normally do them in the morning, but the full moon has been a doozy. I think I've taken like maybe 3 or 4 naps today. And so, yeah. So I'm just now doing the energy updates later on this evening, but let's take a look. So I am speaking to the fixed signs first. So if you have Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, or Aquarius in your sun, moon, or rising, or if you just have an abundance of planets in those particular fixed signs, then this reading could be of help to you. Okay, the full moon is something. Okay, it has a lot of people questioning themselves, a lot of people probably questioning their paths, maybe even questioning their sanity. So you are not alone. But let's see, fixed signs. Okay. We have the four. Oh, speaking, I was just talking about this. 4 naps, 3 naps today. Rest. This could be the thing that you are desperately chasing after. You just want to be able to get to a point where you can rest, where you can just have peace, where you can just be in a position where everything or everybody is okay. So you may even be on a particular path where you are trying to make sure that everything around you is settled. And then once that is the case, then you will be settled. You will take a step back. You will be able to breathe. But speaking of breathe, a lot of you guys need to do that. You need to take a breather. You need to take a deep breath. You may be overwhelming yourself, especially when it comes to mental tasks, things where you have to use an exceptional amount of brain power to get to a solution. Maybe you've been doing that a lot over this entire month, or maybe over the last 14 days, or however long you want to say it. So it's like your brain is tired, and that may be why maybe some of you are feeling extremely exhausted or just feeling extremely shut down. Some of you may be worried about your health, or you may be worried about the health of a mother or just somebody who is close to you. And again, if you weren't stressed out before, it does feel like that you are stressed out now because worry. If you kind of look at this particular imagery, you can kind of see how there is a little bit of worry, or just a little bit of hmm like, how am I going to be able to make this work? Look at him. The tiger seems intrigued by the birds, but there's a fence right there. So it makes me think of the tiger, like, how am I going to get over there to the birds? They look scrumdiddlyumptious. I would definitely like to have a piece of those birds. So you are just thinking a lot, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't be thinking. So yes, please have a thought process. But some of you, this could simply be overthinking, or maybe even overextending yourself, especially when it comes to family, when it comes to home. Some of you may feel this way when it pertains to somebody that you're dating, because I'm hearing like feeling overextended. I heard girlfriend, so this may be specifically for fixed sign men, but it doesn't have to be. But it could be overextending yourself when it comes to a girlfriend, or when it pertains to a boyfriend. Number 4 is tied to the energy of Aries. So some of you may be dealing with an Aries, but we also do have another Leo, if you just so happen to be a fixed sign and you're dealing with a Leo. Okay, so we know the sun is exalted in Aries. So some of you, I don't know if you feel like that you are somebody's errand boy, or you may be feeling like you're being used for administrative tasks that are just not under your job description, but you're doing it. Some of you are doing things to get it out of the way because people are taking too long to get it done, or you just want it to be done so you guys can move on to the next thing. So this could be something that you guys need to look out for. You need to look out for trying to be the cleanup man when it pertains to everybody's stuff that's happening around you, because you may literally be doing that, or you may be finding yourself doing that over the next 4 months, or you've possibly been doing that since the month of February or since the month of April, that you've been being the cleanup crew, the cleanup man. And I know you're tired of it because, again, you are ready. It's like you're not necessarily saying you're ready to give up, but you are ready to get to a point where, you know what, I just want to lay here, maybe even for a couple of days. So some of you, that may be where you're at. Somebody has ditched rehab. Okay. Or there is some in the rehab, of course, doesn't have to be like alcohol rehabilitation or anything tied to drugs. It could be rehab as simply as recovering from a surgery. All right. Now, some of you could be recovering from like maybe some sort of cosmetic surgery, but whatever it is that you're doing is not really helping. You're not necessarily feeling healed. See, again, with the Temperance card coming in reverse, these two things do not mix. These two things do not mesh well. Now, you would know what these two things are because it is your life and you're in it and I ain't. Okay. So that could be where some of you are coming from right now. Some of you are definitely struggling to finish projects. You're struggling to get through with schoolwork. I'm actually getting something tied to an architect. So maybe some of you are in the field of technology, or you are in the field of maybe engineering, or again, trying to go and be an architect. But you are likely putting on so many hats. I can't even imagine when's the last time you had a good night's sleep. And that may be another thing too that is affecting you. Your dreams may not necessarily be that great. We do have Sagittarius, so we have Jupiter energy, which is not necessarily the dreams. Dreams is more so Neptune to me. But either way, Pisces co-ruler, which Pisces, main ruler is Jupiter. Pisces has a co-ruler Neptune. So maybe some of you guys are having some very vivid dreams. You're having some very interesting dreams. Maybe dreams about somebody trying to kill you. I mean, I know that's extreme, but for some of you, it could be in that particular lane. Okay, so something is just not mixing well. Somebody's mixing alcohol with medication, and that is an issue. But this could be something that somebody doesn't realize that they're doing. But yeah, it's something to definitely be aware of. Fixed signs. Okay, we have the Eight of Cups and we have the Three of Cups in reverse. You don't want to argue with this sibling, or you don't want to argue with this sister, whoever this person is to you, or it could be a girlfriend, not a literal girlfriend. It could be like a friend that you're close to, a best friend or something like that. But you're turning your back on your community in some sort of a way. Some of you guys, you're doing that right now because the person that you may be dealing with, or whatever the case could be, this person may be biracial, or they are of could even possibly be of another denomination if some of you belong in communities where they're very, very centered around religion, or there's just something very different or unaccepted in a way when it pertains to this person that you're dealing with. And some of you, that may kind of be like why you're feeling a little bit of a pressure to maybe walk away and go a different path, because you're starting to feel that heaviness of people's eyes, piercing eyes, kind of looking at you like, why are you dating this person? Why are you being with this person? So some of you fixed signs, you have to be mindful about that, or it could be some of you, people may be saying the same thing. If you are kind of like stuck on somebody from the past and you really haven't moved on, and you're talking about them in maybe somewhat of like a positive way, like, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe we're just going to see. Now, you need to watch my video from yesterday, because I did talk about the whole past situation, but that's not going to be everybody's story. Some people, the past could just be, there's no issues there, but like maybe you're just working on things. However, like I said, the judgmental, the piercing eyes, the, of the naysayers are coming at you. Right now you also may be feeling like you're not in the mood for celebrating. Now, there could be something that calls for celebration. It could be a happy time, but you're finding it difficult to be in that energy, and some of you, the celebration could be as simple as, I'm celebrating my independence, or I'm celebrating some sort of milestone, but around you, you just feel like that people are not necessarily trying to be happy for you, and it's draining. You're starting to realize how draining that is. So I see some of you fixed signs, especially whenever the winter comes, you may start to isolate yourself more away from people, because you're coming into these waters where you don't necessarily know who to trust. I mean, some of you are even skeptical if you can even trust the person that you're dealing with. You don't know if you could trust them. You don't necessarily know if you could trust the past. I mean, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of, and again, I feel like the naysayers, the detractors, are getting to you when it pertains to how you're living your life right now. But really, like I said, you just need a break. Don't try to push for new beginnings, because some of you are totally doing that because you just want something. You want something new, or you just want to finally be in a place where you are happy. There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like some of you guys, you're trying to force this persona that you're happy, but I feel like you're here. Eight of Cups. You're really trying to figure out if whatever you've walked away from or whatever you are trying to do is really the right thing for you. You're really going through a time period where you, and it doesn't matter how old you are. It's almost like you're going through a time period where you're really just trying to figure yourself out, especially along the lines of what makes you happy. Because again, you may be trying to put on a smiling face, but I feel like right now you're not necessarily happy. It doesn't really come across that way because you're not confident in whatever this path is that you're taking. It's like you keep questioning it. Am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? Or you're reacting to what people are saying about the path that you're taking. Yeah, the tower. Some of you guys, you may have made some sort of assumption when it pertains to something at work. Some of you actually may have gotten accused of doing something at work and that didn't happen, and you are definitely waiting for karma to come and bite them in the ass. Now, who knows if that's going to show up? But this also could be some of you. You're waiting on the truth. Either you're waiting on somebody to tell you the truth about how they feel about you, or whatever the situation could be. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so some sort of finance maybe could be coming in the next 3 days. This is something that you've gotten before in the past, so it could be as simple as a paycheck, but some of you, it could be maybe you are cashing in on investments. Maybe you're selling something that you've possibly been trying to sell for the last couple months, and then you may, or it could be as simple as it could be like a product that you're consistently selling over periods of time. And so it could be, you're getting some more money in whenever it pertains to this. But the Three of Pentacles here is you're just going through growing pains, definitely, especially when it pertains to your family. A lot of you will be leaving your family behind to choose the path that you feel like is right for you. Yeah, some of you have definitely been stabbed in the back by your family. I mean, I was actually picking up on something, but I'm not going to go into that because that would totally be a trigger warning when it pertains to something that has happened in somebody's family. So we're going to leave that be. Knight of Swords, and we have the Devil card. Um, I don't know. This almost feels like random people like screaming at you or yelling at you. I mean, what's that about? It's kind of weird. I don't know where this is coming from, but you definitely have went through some sort of betrayal for sure. Some of you, it feels like somebody is trying to intentionally make you suffer, especially if you and this person have some sort of financial something together. They're trying to make you suffer. Yeah, some of you guys right now, work may not necessarily be going the greatest, and that could be why you're here. Remember, I said this Pisces full moon is making everybody kind of like question their sanity or just question kind of like where they're at in terms of spiritually speaking. And it's a little bit rough for the collective period. But anyway, so fixed signs, this has been your energy update. I hope it helps, and see you later.